What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today I've got for you guys another loot roundup where we go over all my best loot drops recently, mainly weapons, looking at the rolls and what's good or not. I'm going to be showing loot drops from a variety of sources, so Crucible and Vanguard packages, some really cool weapons I got after Crucible games, faction packages, a Shaxx weekly bounties, and also some others as well. So let's begin with the Crucible game drops that have dropped after actual matches. Firstly being the HOPSCOTCH PILGRIM. This one dropped for me with counterbands, speed reload, brace frame, single point sling, and glass half full. It's not a bad roll, but I'm not really too much of a fan of this archetype. I think it's a bit slow for this kind of Crucible. Unless they get a buff and the fastest rate to fire aren't as good, I think this kind of archetype is a little bit left behind at the moment. Now the next thing I got was in a classic playlist of the Crucible, and this dropped me an AS Luna, definitely one of the best hand cannons out there. This one dropped with an okay roll. Definitely got excited when I saw it, but it's got danger close, lightweight, explosive rounds, oiled frame, and also luck in the chamber. So not really that great for PvP, definitely needs some more range. It's actually a really good PvE weapon in terms of its role. It's got danger close, so pretty good when there's loads of enemies around you. Oiled frame could be a good choice as well to speed up the reload. You don't really need range in PvE. And also luck in the chamber is always a good option, so not a bad roll, but of course I'm still holding out for a very good one for Crucible. Now my next weapon was a Matador shot for me, and this one came with aggressive ballistics, full auto, single point sling, quick draw, and reinforced barrel, and the final one being final round. Never got a single one of these until literally a few weeks ago, and I got 3 in one day. No idea why they literally all dropped for me at once. They're all pretty similar to this one, but I do have one that's slightly better. It's got crowd control instead of final round, so it's definitely good for multi-kills, but there you go, some Matadors dropping for me finally. Now next up we got the Crucible weekly bounties. This first one dropped me the 7.7 Wizard fusion rifle from year 1. This one came with hipfire, lightweight, brace frame, accelerator calls, and grenadier. Nothing too great there, not really a fan of this archetype of fusion either. I think Saladin's Vigil is probably the best one you can get in terms of fusion rifles. The next one dropped me a Hexcaster, also a year 1 weapon. This one came with Outlaw, hand-laid stock, small bore, and also spray and play. So pretty interesting. It's got 2 of the really fast reload perks. Both spray and play and Outlaw could be pretty interesting. Of course, it needs a lot more stability. It's like a very fast rate of fire, same as the Doctrine. But it could be pretty interesting how fast the thing reloads if you get a headshot and empty magazine. Now next up we got the Crucible packages from Shaxx. The first one dropped me a Grim Citizen auto rifle. This one's got Rodeo, hand loaded, feather mag, small bore, and also danger close. Nothing too special. I'm kind of sick getting these weapons. I literally get them all the time from the Shaxx packages. The next one dropped me something good, however, the Longbow Synthesis Sniper. This one unfortunately didn't come with any short range scopes. It's only got Grenadier, Snapshot, and Unflinching. I wish I had a low zoom scope because it would be my best longbow so far because of Snapshot. Definitely a very good perk, but unfortunately it's pretty much unusable with no good scopes on it. The next one is a B23 Party Favor Pulse Rifle. This one, the new Rise Vine ones. This one's got Secret Round and Partial Refund, Brace Frame, and Appended Mag, and also Glass Half Full. The first 2 perks are pretty awful. Brace Frame is definitely nice, and Glass Half Full is okay, but the magazine size is really low. It only comes to 24, so definitely really bad, and seems to be the standard with Pulse Rifle. You should get at least like 30 bullets, so this one is definitely below average normally. Now the next one got me a 2 to the Morgue shotgun. This one has a pretty awful roll. Close and or personal, high caliber rounds, injection mold, flared magwell, and surrounded. So absolutely nothing good there. Pretty awful shotgun if you ask me. Now into the Vanguard packages, we got the How Dare You hand cannon. This one came with Outlaw, Hammerforge, Rangefinder. So pretty good roll if it was on a Palindrome or something else that wasn't this bad archetype, which is the fast rate of fire. It's the same as the Thorn and the Charles hand cannon, so it's pretty useless. And I definitely wish this was on a Palindrome because this would be a very, very good roll. Now next up we got the Swarm. This one came with life support, quick draw, brace frame, rifle barrel, and hidden hand. Okay, good stability, but nothing too special, and probably not as good as the Iron Banner or Raid machine guns. Next up we got the OCCAM'S Razor with performance bonus, knee pads, small bore, lightweight, and full auto. It's a pretty decent roll, but again, it's just not really kind of weapon that you would use with this archetype. It may be good for PvE, like just casually using as a weapon, but I don't tend to use shotguns in PvE, so I probably won't keep it, but it's not a bad roll in itself. Next up, we got the Cryptarch engrams. The first one is a primary one I got randomly, which shot me a Hawksaw. This one came with Hammerforge, Appended Mag, Spray and Plate, Snapshot, and hand-laid stock. Obviously, this is one of the best weapons in Crucible, still very, very strong, a very reliable pulse rifle. And I like how this one has got hand-laid stock for max ability, and also Hammerforge to give back that lost range. But Spray and Plate is the middle perk, which is pretty bad, so if there's something good in the middle, it would be a very good roll. But unfortunately, I'm still looking for a decent Hawksaw that's a little bit better than probably that vendor one that was sold in year 2. Next up, we got a special weapon engram that I bought with my legendary marks, so I normally do, and this one dropped me an Event Horizon with no good scopes, only triple tap is pretty much the only good perk it's got there. Now this is actually a recent thing. They actually patched in the Rise Vine weapons to drop from legendary engrams. I did prefer it when there was only a really small pool of year 2 weapons, which is how I got so many 1000-yard stare snipers, but now it's a lot more difficult because they added in so many year 3 weapons in there, so the pool is a lot more diluted, so it's hard to get those 1000 yards anymore. But there you go, that's a recent change with the engrams you can actually buy from the Cryptarchs. Now into Dead Orbit, we got an auto rifle with high caliber, snapshot, hammer forge, rodeo, and counterbalance. It's actually a pretty good roll on probably one of the best auto rifles you can get out there. Maybe if they buff this archetype, it could be an amazing weapon. Next up is the shotgun, which is something I pretty much aim to get out of these packages. I've got a close to perfect roll. I've got 2 out of the 3 range perks you want, being hand loaded and rangefinder. So it's almost there, but it definitely needs one more range perk to be a really good PvP shotgun. And the final weapon was from New Monarchy, who pretty much don't have any good weapons up for grabs, but they dropped me an auto rifle, a similar roll to what the vendor actually sells. We've got flared magwell and snapshot, hot swap, and also the double up of perfect balance and also counterbalance. And this is the Doctrine archetype, so pretty much here for anyone who missed out on the Doctrine from the Year 2 trials. It's actually still a pretty good archetype for Crucible. It did get a slight nerf, but it's still a very good weapon and can melt people. It's definitely the best archetype for auto rifles still about right now, but it definitely gets overlooked with the pulse rifles and the hand cannons right now. But there you go, if you want a Doctrine, this is a pretty decent alternative that you can buy from the vendor as a similar roll. So there you go, that is a look at all my recent and best loot drops, all the weapons and the rolls on them. Leave a comment down below with the best stuff you've gotten recently, any god rolls, any nice weapons you've been hoping for. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating would be much appreciated as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.